But do you hear the media meshing this? Instead, they distract you with their daily case updates so that you remain in a constant state of fear. The mask won't do a single thing to protect you. It does not stop nano-sized particles from penetrating. In fact, if you do your own research, you'll discover that by wearing it, you do more harm than good. It causes chronic stress on the body, diseases in the mouth, and depletes oxygen levels, all while weakening your immune system. Isn't it odd that we were told not to wear masks at the peak of this pandemic, but now, with numbers on the decline, we're told to wear it full-time and even encouraged to do so outside? This is called conditioning. They know they can't enforce ridiculous laws too soon. Otherwise, the public won't buy it. But if they start off slow and lie to us at each stage, they can eventually brainwash us into thinking the mask will be our savior. Unfortunately, most are unaware that the kit used to test for COVID-19 has been proven completely useless, as the virus has never been isolated. This is why so many people test positive and negative just hours apart. It is so incredibly obvious that this has never been about safety, but rather compliance. The mask was our dress rehearsal. As long as most people are willing to go along with the psychological experiment, we'll soon be ready for the next phase of control. If you're convinced that masks save lives, they're hoping you'll be just as convinced that forced vaccinations will also do the same. Or allowing the government to track your phone will be for the good of all of us. Or staying away from family and friends will be backed by the notion that it's better to be safe than sorry. In the end, you'll only be allowed to travel or leave your home when they say so. As long as the media continues repeating the words, saving lives, we're in this together, or flatten the curve, you'll remain under their spell and a victim to their new normal. This is not a protest against masks, but rather a willingness to give up our freedoms, essentially getting us used to the idea of having less control over our lives. The mask acts as a reminder for all of us to be afraid. Imagine if no one wore a mask, would you even know there's a so-called pandemic going on? The answer is no. Hospitals in Ontario are only averaging a third of a patient. Yet, here we are, shutting down an entire economy and allowing ourselves to be bullied by unreasonable laws. Speaking of unreasonable laws, have you seen what our schools will look like in September? Having a child isolated and being told to distance themselves from others will have untold psychological and physiological effects. Their masks will dehumanize them, increase their anxiety, reduce their ability to bond with their teacher, and cause learning disabilities across the board. All things critical for a child's social and learning development will be stripped away. Like myself, many here have children at home. We have better things to do. This is not the idea of fun on a Saturday afternoon. But what's the alternative? Sit at home and do nothing? How can any of us look our kids or grandkids in the eye and say we did nothing? In the end, it will be the next generation who suffers most. We need to put a stop to the insanity and say enough is enough. If you don't think things can get worse, take a good look at Australia. Curfew from 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. Only one person allowed to leave a household at a time. No traveling more than 5 kilometers from your home, and a maximum of 1 hour of daily exercise. Sound fun? Or does it sound like a prison? Need more examples of tyranny? How about on August 11th, a 20-year-old Australian woman can be seen on video being choked by a police officer for refusing to wear a mask. The lesson to be learned here is simple. Don't ever make the mistake of thinking it can't happen to us, because it can. How real is the threat of this virus anyway? How many children do you think have died of COVID-19 in Canada? The answer? 0. Not one child has died of COVID-19. How many children under the age of 15 have committed suicide since the start of this pandemic? Over 700. These are the stats the media hides, keeping you distracted with fear while they hide everything else under the rug. Why aren't we hearing about frontline workers like police, EMS, or supermarket cashiers getting sick? The virus seems to focus on the elderly with pre-existing conditions. Bottom line is, radio epidemics kill everyone in all age groups. When you analyze the numbers, you soon realize that they're being vastly manipulated. If you die from cancer and show symptoms of the virus, your death will be labeled as COVID-19.
We know you crossed the line. Now we're drawing the line. Hey there, big government. We think you've crossed the line. God bless you all. God bless us all. So much. Every Saturday from 12 to 3 or whatever, raising the lock at it. Lock at it. These masks don't work. These masks don't work. Science doesn't make sense. No new normal. No new normal. No new normal. No new normal. These masks are hurting you. These masks are hurting you. Please check your science. Please check the science. These masks don't work. They don't work. Your mask doesn't work. Please check your science. Check for all of us. These masks don't work. This is called conditioning. They know they can't enforce the ridiculous laws too soon. Otherwise, the public won't buy it. But if they start off slow and lie to us at each stage, they can eventually brainwash us into thinking the masks will be our savior. Unfortunately, most are unaware that the kit used to test for COVID-19 has been proven completely useless, as the virus has never been isolated. This is why so many people test positive and negative just hours apart. It is so incredibly obvious that this has never been about safety, but rather compliance. The mask was our dress rehearsal. As long as most people are willing to go along with the psychological experiment, we'll soon be ready for the next phase of control. If you are convinced that masks save lives, they're hoping you'll be just as convinced that forced vaccinations will also do the same. Or allowing the government to track your phone will be for the good of all of us. Or staying away from family and friends will be backed by the notion that it's better better to be safe than sorry. In the end, you will only be allowed to travel or leave your home when they say so. As long as the media continues repeating the words, saving lives, we're in this together, or flatten the curve, you'll remain under their spell and a victim to their new normal. This is not a protest against masks, but rather our willingness to give up our freedoms, essentially getting us used to the idea of having less control over our lives. The mask acts as a reminder for all of us to be afraid. Imagine if no one wore a mask. Would you even know there's a so-called pandemic going on? The answer is no. Hospitals in Ontario are only averaging a third of a patient. Yes, here we are, shutting down an entire economy and allowing ourselves to be bullied by unreasonable laws. Speaking of unreasonable laws, have you seen what our schools will look like this September? Having a child isolated and being told to distance themselves from others will have untold psychological and physiological effects. Their masks will dehumanize them, increase their anxiety, reduce their ability to bond with their teacher, and cause learning disabilities across the board. All things critical for a child's social and learning development will be stripped away. Like myself, many here have children at home. We have better things to do. This is not our idea of fun on a Saturday afternoon. Well, what's the alternative? Sit at home and do nothing? How can any of us look at our kids or grandkids in the eye and say we did nothing? In the end, it will be the next generation who suffers the most. We need to put a stop to the insanity and say enough is enough. If you think things can get worse, take a good look at Australia. Curfew from 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. Only one person allowed to leave the household at a time. No traveling more than 5 kilometers from your home, and a maximum of 1 hour daily exercise. Sound fun? Or does it sound like a prison? Need more examples of tyranny? How about on August 11th, a 20-year-old Australian woman can be seen on video being choked by a police officer for refusing to wear a mask. The lesson to be learned here is simple. Don't ever make the mistake of thinking it can't happen to us, because it can. How real is the threat of this virus anyway? How many children do you think have died of COVID-19 in Canada? The answer? 0. Not one child has died of COVID-19. How many children under the age of 15 have committed suicide since the start of this pandemic? Over 700. These are the stats the media hides, keeping you distracted with fear while they hide everything else under the rug. Why aren't we hearing about frontline workers like police, EMS, or supermarket cashiers getting sick? The virus seems to focus on the elderly with pre-existing conditions. Bottom line is, real pandemics kill everyone in all age groups. When you analyze numbers, you soon realize that they're being vastly manipulated. If you die from cancer and show symptoms of the virus, your death will be labeled as COVID-19. Sounds pretty sneaky, doesn't it? When hundreds of thousands of people died of influenza last year, why weren't we just as scared for our lives? Did we wear masks? Close the economy? Cancel schools? Ruin businesses or cancel life-saving medical procedures? No. Why not? Because the media didn't tell you to be afraid. Did you know that last Saturday, over 100,000 Canadians flooded the streets of Quebec in a show of solidarity to fight for our rights and freedoms? Pretty big story, eh? Or how about over 1 million people seen marching into the streets of Germany last week? Notice how the media didn't cover that? They hide stories like this so that it does not empower others to fight back. Are the 100,000 people in Quebec crazy conspiracy theorists? Or are they regular folks who one day decided to think for themselves? You know something else that didn't make the news? On May 17th, Public Health Ontario admitted that they inflated the death rate numbers of COVID-19 by 50%. The sad truth is, even if they inflated the numbers by 90%, how many people would even care? Does anyone know about Bill 195, passed in July 2020? Long story short, this gives us here unlimited power to put us in total lockdown with zero resistance or accountability for the next 2 years. Equally as scary, Dr. Theresa Tam, Canada's Chief Public Health Officer of Canada, publicly stated in 2010 that she supports the roundup and imprisonment of any Canadian who refuses a mandatory vaccine. Are these the types of people we want in charge? Teresa even recently said that masks may be around for another 2 or 3 years. So if you're hoping for a breath of fresh air, it's not going to happen anytime soon. Our limits are being pushed with zero resistance from Canadians. One thing is for certain, we're running out of time. The next wave will be timed conveniently with the flu season so that any flu, cold, cough, or sniffle will be called COVID-19. By this time, they'll have the numbers they need to completely strip us of all our rights. Will you help us stop them? If so, join us every Saturday at Queen's Park at noon for a celebration of rights and freedoms. Know your rights. Protect your rights, or they will take your rights. The mask won't do a single thing to protect you. It does not stop any particles from penetrating. In fact, if you do your research, you'll discover that by wearing it, you do more harm than good. It causes chronic stress on the body, diseases in the mouth, and depletes oxygen levels, all while weakening your immune system. Isn't it odd that we were told not to wear masks keep this pandemic, but now
Contaminated your mask! police headquarters. See, they're building their pyramid. Majority of the police department are Freemasons. They even got their little figurine up front there. Just a heads up.
This is why so many
The media is lying to you. Check the facts. Check the facts. Masks don't work. The science is settled. Check the facts. Check the facts. We're not the fake news. Freedom is essential. Oxygen is essential. Breathing is essential. We're not here to ask. Hugs over masks. Hugs over masks. Hugs over masks. Hugs over masks. No new normal. No new normal. Freedom is essential. Wake up, Toronto. Hold up, guys.
We'll meet you on the other side.
Hey, ho, ho, these filthy masks gotta go. 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 Hey, ho, ho, these filthy masks gotta go.
Hey, ho, ho, these filthy masks gotta go.
Hey, ho, ho, these filthy masks gotta go. Hey, ho, ho, these filthy masks gotta go. Who else is with me? Who else is with me? Enough is enough. Enough is enough. No new normal. No new